South of Tengri Steppes lies the vast forest region inhabited by the Almarians. These people are brave and fighting folk. Fall in battle is only appropriate death for them. Almarians are experienced craftsmen and blacksmiths, armed with throwing spears and axes with bronze tips, clad in the iron lamellar armor and helmets with bull horns, attacking in waves with war cry and regardless of formation or personal injuries. Everyone wants to appear in his best in the front of their chieftains. They prefer to raise or steal cattle. Work on the field seems to be good just for slaves. Hey guys, Michael Merulla here. Here we will talk about Almarians inspired by Celts. Every time I do new character design for unknown world, I always think, what if? What if I make Celts and Assyrians together? How they live? Is it logical in this fantasy world? At the beginning I wanted Almarians to look like Franks during Dark Ages. In line art I did draw scale armor, but it felt weird. We know how Eastern Asian and medieval cultures were using lamellar armor sewn on leather. Also, I love illustrations by my favorite artist, Angus McBride, and how he did warriors from Bronze Age or Iron Age. So that was my inspiration. Almarians' life is between rock and hard place. Their ancestors came down from Silurian mountains 1,000 years ago to settle in the central plain and forests. However, they were become immediately in the grip of many foraging nations. From the north, they were attacked by Tengri raiders. From the south, Tarkans were stealing their cattle and later were under attack by the king Tark Aquila. When they weren't fighting on all fronts or against each other, they liked to go on raid expeditions against Vulturans in the west. To the east they are surrounded by ocean, and here and there Atlanteans are capturing them away like slaves. Constant struggle from beginning of the times made them tough and brave warriors. Fighting is both their duty and their passion, blessing and curse. Thanks to their experience, they advance all their military skills and art of making weapons and armor to the highest level. Almarians don't have king, but chiefs and warlords. Many of them fight as mercenaries. Later, during the reign of Queen Rhea, they served as her personal guard. Speaking of Rhea, princess and queen, Rhea was daughter of Tark Aquila. More about her and family in videos about Tarquilonians. When Emperor Rhesus of Tarquilon Empire marched north against Tengri riders, Tarquilon army got stuck in the mud and was slaughtered in the battle where the emperor died. Meanwhile, General Almaric was trying to get to the rear of Tenger horde in the flanking maneuver. Unfortunately, spring melting snow flooded the rivers. His advance was slowed and then stopped. Almaric and his Rhean regiments find themselves surrounded on enemy territory without the support of main army. There was no going back. Wall concept is mix of Dark Ages period with Germanic and Hans raids on Western Roman Empire, or Sea People migration and collapse of Bronze Age civilizations. Later, Rhean warriors. After the cataclysmic event known as Great Flood, the Almarian people were forced to settle in the former Romal, or now called Tengri lands. With shortage of resources, small population and general danger, the Almarians become expert in guerrilla warfare. Armed with hunting spears, short broadswords, sax daggers, and crossbows, In Tarkan scale armor, they laid ambushes against angry cavalry invaders. They carried symbol of sun on their helmets and flags. Rhea, she becomes ruler of Tarkvillon, and she was called as Lady of Sun and Fire. Rumor says Rhea was daughter of Almarian low-born woman because she had red hairs, and Tarkans have usually dark hairs. Fictional Almarians are ancestors of real Saxons. These Saxons-like warriors are called Silurians in Godfrey's Rebellion story. Almarian tribes are only one who use iron during this Bronze Age era. And it was logical as Tengri are nomadic tribes inspired by Huns and Mongols that they trade with Almarians precious metals and also other nations around. I was not satisfied with previous design of Almarians. I imagined it 1000 years before the rebellion. I want them to look like more barbaric. And when in doubt, slap their horns, leather and fur, and barbarian is done. This is Silurian warrior from Godfrey Rebellion story. Same as Almarians, part of northern group of tribes, the toughest people living in the mountain forest of northwest. After the Great Flood, they descend from their forest and merge with Umbrians. Silurians are primary ancestors of Godfrey's rebel, who refused Umbrian ownership and their rule. Like I said from beginning, I imagine them as Saxons during their raids on England in the 9th century. In last picture with line art, I used Asian Visigoth and Germanic warrior by Angus McBride as inspiration. Although I have merely used any of picture except the basic pose and helmet. So that's it so far for Almarian lore. I will show you more when we talk about Tarkans and Aquila Conquest. Planning to cover all cultures and little stories from my book, so there will be much more episodes from Unknown World. Also, I cannot wait to talk about Atlantis, their invasion to Unknown World in story called Beloesus. Hope you enjoy it and can understand me. I am recording and editing my videos at night, sometimes without eat and sleep. During day there is a lot of noise and I have a lot of work to do. Let me know your thoughts or just how to improve my videos, and of course like and subscribe for more. Without you, I would never make these videos. Your comments brings me much joy and energy for this project. With that being said, I love you all and see you next time.